All right, everybody, welcome back to Gen Booms.
Welcome.
I'm Connor.
I am Robert, his dad.
Indeed, and today we are back with another Kanye album, doing his third album.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is the biggest that we've done of the three. It's the last of the trilogy, the College Dropout trilogy. It goes College Dropout, Late Registration, then of course Graduation, because you're graduating.
Okay, good. I was wondering what we were doing, because I knew it was going to be something to do with rap, because I saw we got J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Tyler, the Creator up there. I wasn't sure why you wanted pink colors, but it's probably something to do with the album cover or something, pinkish purple. Oh, I see, with the album cover for Graduation. Okay.
He's got a lot of colors, but mostly sort of a pinkish purple background. So.
Okay, very cool.
And yeah, so I've played you, I think, 3 songs. I think we've talked over one time that in the car I played like 3 songs from each album. I don't know if you're going to remember them.
Like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So it was a little while, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're going to remember them. Maybe you've heard of some of them. But there are a bunch of really popular ones on here. I think there's like 5 songs that got 1 billion streams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 5, yeah. So, we'll get to it when we get to it. But
cool, yeah. I like the first 2 albums in the trilogy. That was kind of new for me. I mean...
Yeah, early Kanye.
Yeah, early Kanye. And and as we had discussed before, everything I had heard about Kanye, just as a human, it wasn't great over the last few years. But I know he was, considered a musical genius for so many years, and so it was good to hear those first 2 albums. And like, oh, okay, some actually really good stuff. And it's some, I could see why they were saying, oh, he's so great. And ended up really liking the first 2 albums and a lot of songs. So yeah, looking forward to finishing off the trilogy.
Yeah, and it's cool. At least we're at the point now. We finished the first 2, which is like his early days. Even though it's a trilogy, the first 2 are like his early days with his like signature chipmunk sound and the. Like the soul, because you speed up like a soul sample, and it sounds like a chipmunk, so they call it that.
Oh, okay.
And then sort of more like laid back, and he's just like very young and passionate. And then this album, he changes it to be like, I think he even described it as like stadium songs. Like he's picturing playing these in stadiums.
Oh, okay.
So he changed his style a lot through his career, and this is the first major change that he even addresses on the album. So curious to see what you think of it.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear it. Is it still got some funny stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean it's still Kanye.
Okay, yeah, those are pretty cool little things he had in there before. So cool. I'm looking forward to it.
We're gonna get started with "Good Morning."
Alrighty,
here we go.
Good morning. Good morning. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, Mr. By himself, he's so impressed. I mean, damn, did you even see the test? You got D's, motherfucker, D's. Rosie Perez, I guess this is my dissertation. Homie, this shit is basic. Welcome to graduation. Good morning.
I actually had a few friends that put this as their alarm.
Oh,
it's just good morning.
Oh, that's cool. I can see that.
It's a nice vibe.
Good morning. On this day we become legendary. Everything we dreamed of. I'm like the fly Malcolm X, by any genes necessary. Detroit red cleaned up. From the streets to the league, from an eighth to a key. But you graduate when you make it up out of the streets. Good morning and good morning. Good morning and look at the valedictorian. Scared of the future while I hop in the DeLorean. They tell you read this, eat this. Don't look around, just peep this. Preach us, teach us, Jesus. Okay, look up now, they done stole your streetness. After all of that, you receive this. Good morning.
Hustlers, that's if you're still living, get on down.
Every time that we hit them, good morning.
Hustlers, that's if you're still living, get on down. Get on down. Get on down. Get on down.
Well, it was fun, like
it was upbeat.
Nice, upbeat opening, and like you said, I can see why people would have that actually as their alarm. Like,
you just wake up, good morning.
So it's kind of cool, and I like the idea that the graduation, as he said at some point, is like when you make it up out of the street. Like you graduate when you make it up out of the streets. So like, oh, okay, so that's a different type of graduation.
Yeah, exactly. I like how he also he's kept the whole theme, the whole 3 albums talking about school. Mm-hmm. And then he's just sort of like introing the album and also talking about that as like welcome to graduation. So it's just a cool, it's a cool intro. It's sort of interesting though because it's like I just told you, it's gonna be like stadium songs when it starts sort of slow. Like it's a slower, calm intro for the album.
But it's almost like, even like an intro for a stadium show, like in the sense of like when the person's coming out, you can kind of just sing along, the backup singers.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of a thing. And then boom, here's the, so.
Exactly, yeah.
I know, it's cool.
It's interesting.
I got chill vibe.
It's a pretty beloved song. Like I think
is it?
A lot of people like it. It's like, it's just sort of timeless. If it makes you feel nice, you just sort of like ooh, all that. Even though it's like it's not like a amazing song by any normal means. Like it's not like the lyrics are crazy or any production. It's just sort of like a good vibe, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I like the
Simple.
backup singers doing the
yeah. It is.
It's
nice.
catchy. It just kind of sticks with you. So yeah, cool.
So we'll move on to Champion now.
Alrighty,
here we go.
Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. Everybody want it, but it ain't that serious. I said my dad'd say when you see close your eyelids. We was sorta like Will Smith and his son. In the movie, I ain't talking about the rich ones. Cause every summer, he'd get some brand new hairbrain scheme to get rich from. And I don't know what he did for dope, but he'd send me back to school with a new wardrobe. And living's harder than dying. For me, giving up's way harder than trying. Lauryn Hill said her heart was in Zion. I wish her heart still was in rhyming. Cause who the kids gon' listen to? Huh? I guess me if it isn't you. Last week I paid a visit to the institute. They got the dropout keeping kids in the school. They used to feel invisible. Now they know they invincible.
Champion, runners in the mud, you can pop the gun. Stand up, here he comes. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Tell me what it takes to be number one. Did you realize that you were a champion?
Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live. Everybody want it, but it ain't this. Like this.
Well, I kind of recognize the voice that of the feature. Did you realize that you were a champion in there? Right?
Oh yeah,
but I couldn't place. And maybe I'm wrong if you even recognize the voice, but I couldn't place the sample.
Huh? Yeah, I have no idea what that one is.
Okay.
But I was curious what you would think of the song, just because it is one part of a sample looped for the entire song. So I've searced, like, some people love it.
To be honest, like, there was the part I was getting annoyed.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Just your eyes, like, I mean, parts of it I liked, but I was like, okay, it wasn't my favorite, I'll give it that, Yeah,
no, I could totally see that, because I also think, I mean, it's also one thing, like, growing up, like, in my generation, being younger, we hear stuff like this more.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, we're used to it, but I know, like, for older people, or people that haven't listened to that much music growing up, they're just like, damn, this is getting annoying. Like this, just the
that's kind of how I feel. Yeah, because I'm a classic rock generation, and so it's more melodic and in general. So that so just having it on a repeat, it just
it's almost like you got to pay attention to the lyrics, otherwise you get annoyed if you strictly listen to the music.
Because initially it was fine, but by the end I was like, okay, But yeah, then so I really tried to pay more attention to the lyrics. Yeah, then it certainly makes it a lot better. Like, but if I'm just like, if I heard that in the car, kind of a thing, and I really wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, and I'd just be like, okay, why are they doing the same thing over and over and over again? But yeah, I see it's different for your generation, and it's not that big a deal.
To a degree, yeah. I know a lot of people do really like the song. I mean, to be honest, we'll get to it. There's only like 1 or 2 songs on here that people agree are not good, but everything else is like everybody loves like everything on the album.
Oh, really?
Like this is another one people really like. Even for me though, when I first heard it, I was just like, it's okay, because I like the rap, but it was just like the same thing where it keep repeating, and I was just like, it's okay. The more I've heard it, I'm sort of more like, oh, it's pretty good. Like I like the energy of it now, but when I first heard it, I was just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, there's parts of it. I mean, especially like the feature. Like, did you realize you were a champion?
Oh yeah, that part.
He's like, yes, I did. Like,
yeah, there was some good lines. Let me actually pull us. There was some good lines in there for sure.
Cocky thing, but I also didn't. The woman at the end who kind of had
this is a story of a champion. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't know who.
I don't know who that is.
You know who the feature is? Okay.
I know. It sounds cool though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like one of my favorite lines on the song. I think it was sort of like Will Smith and his son, but in the movie, like
talking about the rich one.
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness movie.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
It is a great movie. And I knew there was a couple more. Oh yeah, the Lauryn Hill one was cool. Just really shouting out Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's not her later on, because it has that kind of that ska kind of a sound to it, her voice. But I think I would think it would say featuring Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, it definitely would for sure.
Because she's pretty huge. All I know are the few hits I've heard on the radio. I know we have like her album even, but I've never actually heard the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which I know was huge, like one of the biggest albums of all time.
Yeah,
and I've still never actually.
Yeah, we'll probably do that at some point. I did listen to the whole album, but it's been a few years, so yeah, I got to check that out.
I know, and then some people just love it, and so anyway, but that's another time.
But there's that, and I don't know what else to say about that one, but
I mean, it's cool.
I agree.
I just for a first listen, it's hard not to concentrate on the.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I sort of figured that's how it would end up going.
Yeah.
Next, we have Stronger, though. This one is great. As you can tell, it has 1.8 billion streams.
Okay.
I think it is the biggest.
This is probably one of the ones you played for me.
I did play this one. So we'll see if you recognize. You will technically recognize the sample.
Okay. I thought the title sounds familiar, but let's see. I'm sure I've heard it because I know you said you played it. So
I'm fairly positive you at least like, I've heard it.
Yeah, okay.
Work it, make it, do it.
Oh, yeah, remember that.
Faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now.
Daft Punk sample is so good.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's Daft Punk,
I got to be right now.
That's cool.
Cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya. Play secretary on the boss tonight, and you don't give a fuck what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real shit anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness, cause right now that has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this fake shit. New gospel, homie, take 6 and take this. Haters, that don't kill me. Can only make me stronger.
This album, he takes his confidence up a notch.
Because it wasn't strong enough before?
No, it wasn't.
I can't get much stronger. That's how long I've been on ya. Me like it right now. I don't know if you got a man or not.
Like, I love it, but it's so funny.
If God put me in your plans or not, I'm tripping. This drink got me saying a lot, but I know that God put you in front of me. So how the hell could you front on me? Well, I'll do anything for a blind dyke, and she'll do anything for the limelight, and we'll do anything when the time's right. Baby, you're making it better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. That's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now. I need you right now. You know how long I've been on ya. Since Prince was on Apollonia, since OJ had isotoners. Don't act like I never told ya. Baby, you're making it better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only
only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now. I need you right now. You know how long I've been on ya, since Prince was on Apollonia, since OJ had isotoners. Don't act like I never told ya. You know how long I've been on ya, since Prince was on Apollonia, since OJ had isotoners. Don't act like I never told ya. Never told ya. Never told ya.
That's a really fun song.
It's such a fun song,
I can see
dude.
that, you know, banging in the clubs or wherever. That guy, that's just fun. You know, get you moving, feeling good.
That's cool. Like everybody loves that song. I mean, like everybody. It's like one of his magnum opuses of songs. It's just so high energy.
Yeah, that was a great song. So Daft Punk was just that was a sample. That wasn't like for the song, or
no? They did collaborate, and it is because Daft Punk's already had the hit with the song. I think it was called Harder, Better.
No, was it? I wasn't that familiar with it. Okay,
yeah, but that one was already popular. But theirs is like different. Like he sped it up and changed the sequence. And so it was like, and then of course added drums and all that. So it was almost more of like a collaboration because I know, I think it was because I know that they did perform it together at the Grammys when it came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, great collab or however it came to be.
Really cool. Yeah.
Really, really cool. It was nice hearing the lyrics because, I mean, I'd heard it before in the car and I liked it when you had played it that one time. But seeing the lyrics is kind of cool to get to other parts of it, and because I didn't get any of the lines before other than like the chorus, you know, it gets repeated, but like the parts that like Prince on Apollonia and
it's hard to hear that part.
Like I didn't pick up that part before. In case you don't know, Apollonia is the girl in the Prince movie Purple Rain.
Oh
yeah, so his big first movie,
of course,
the whole album and all that. She's the female lead, Apollonia, and so he's hooking up with her, and then OJ. So whatever was more than
OJ had isotoners.
Prince, and then so it's and that's of course the glove that isotoner is a type of glove, and
I didn't know what it was.
That was a big part of the whole OJ Simpson trial was that the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit, like, I know
they
found part. The glove, like the bloody glove or whatever. So anyway, interesting.
And the best line in the entire thing, me likey.
I mean, it did make me laugh.
He's just having so much fun, man.
All right, it's just so out of nowhere. I need you right now. Me likey.
Me likey.
That's great. That's a fun little line.
There's so many fun lines. Like, it's just, I think this whole album you'll see, but especially this one is just like, it's just so fun to rap along or sing along to. Because it's like, and he described his music at this point as like, he said it was like the coffee in the morning that like gets you going. Like it's all like, he designed it so that like if you're singing along or you're feeling it, it's like it's boosting your confidence too. So you have to sing with all of this crazy stuff where what was that first verse? He's like spazzing about how awesome he is.
Oh yeah.
In the presence of greatness, thou hast forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness. Thou would even show up to this fake shit.
I thought that was a great line. Like you should be honored by my lateness. That I didn't show up to this fake shit. Yeah,
it's cocky as hell, but it's like it's perfect for the song.
Yeah, well, that was really cool. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's one of the best he's ever done.
Oh yeah, that's great. Okay.
Next we got I Wonder.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Find your dreams come true. And I wonder if you know what it means, what it means. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder. I've been waiting on this my whole life. And I wonder. You say I think I'm never wrong. And I wonder. You know what? Maybe you're right. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder. You say he get on your fucking nerves. And I wonder. Do you even remember what the issue is? You just trying to find where the tissue is. You can still be who you wish you is. It ain't happened yet, and that's what intuition is. Will you hop back in the car, drive back to the crib, run back to their arms? The smoke screens, the chokes and the screams. You ever wonder what it all really mean? I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder. And I'm back on my grind. A psychic read my lifeline, told me in my lifetime my name will help light up the Chicago skyline. And that's why I'm 7 o'clock, that's prime time. Heaven to watch God calling from the hotlines. You ever wonder what it all really mean? You wonder if you ever find your dreams.
A long outro.
I know. Interesting choice.
Yeah. Now this one, had a repeat, a loop.
Repeat sample,
It wasn't
yeah.
as bad though. Okay,
I was wondering.
because it was just more, more jazzy, more sing song instead of
And
like
it does change a little bit because it'll either repeat if you know
Right,
what
yeah.
it means from going to find your dreams, and then it like loops it again.
Yeah. So that one didn't bother me. That was fine. It was nice. I don't know. Was that a sample or did they bring in like a feature? Because it seemed like it was more than a sample because it was like the whole first minute and then it kept repeating. So I wasn't sure. But
Sure, it's just a sample. I don't know.
Well, it could be. It was a long, bit of the first bit of the song is that person.
Yeah.
Don't know who it was, but I mean, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
It sounded nice.
It's a fairly simple song by him. Like,
Yeah.
especially the first part, he just has like one line that there's like 2 words. Like, it's very slow. There's not much going on, and then it'll speed it up a little bit. But yeah, it's simple. More similar to the, what was it called? Champion.
Yeah, but I like that one better than
Champion.
personally.
Yeah, I think that one is more popular too. That one's a little bit more. Oh, that one's really popular. Damn, I didn't know it was that popular. It's got 1 billion streams.
Oh, okay.
I know people do love it. I personally I like it, but like a lot of people, like they think it's amazing. I've never quite agreed thinking it's like amazing, especially on this album where I love so many. But
Oh, okay.
a lot of people just love that song.
Oh, yeah. On first listen, anyway, I'm more like you. Like I liked it. It was cool. Like the loop certainly didn't bother me. This one, some nice lines. And I liked it. I wasn't, it wasn't like stronger. It wasn't. I didn't love it, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So
all
nice,
the stuff
nice
is
feature.
it's designed sort of to make you smile though. All of it. Just
Yes, I
happy
mean,
vibes.
it was a nice vibe. It was cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
And I don't know if you could sort of tell yet, but I don't know if you remember like just the difference because the first 2 albums was more normal production, I guess I'd say, and like chipmunk sound, and here he's put a lot more synths in comparison, and it's a little bit more grand than the first 2 albums. I don't know if you can really notice it.
I haven't necessarily got that yet.
Stronger was like only one that really showcases the different production.
Yeah, I mean, that one really stood out. But yeah, I haven't really noticed that much. Granted, it's been a little while since we did the last one, so
true.
So whatever, it's cool though.
We'll move on to Good Life with T-Pain. This one's really cool.
Like we always do at this time, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Welcome to the good life, where niggas are CLD, won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. Shit, they say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like NY. Summertime shy, and she got that ass, I got to look sorry. Yo, it's got to be, cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me the salty looks. Sorry. 50 told me, go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. The good life, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. Hey, hey, welcome to the good life. Where we like the girls who ain't on TV, cause they got more
ass than the models.
The good life, so keep it coming with the bottles. So she feel booze like she bombed at Apollo. The good life, it feel like Houston, it feel like Philly, it feel like DC, like I'm doing the hood. The only thing I wish
a nigga would.
Welcome to the good life. He probably think he could, but I don't think he should. Welcome to the good life. 50 told me, go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. The good life, I go for mine, yeah, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. Hey, have you ever popped champagne on a plane while getting some brain whipped it out? She said I never seen snakes on a plane. Whether you broke or rich, you gotta get this. Having money's not everything that having it is. I was splurging on trips, but when I get my car back activated, I'm back to Vegas, cause and now my grandmama ain't the only girl calling me baby.
T-Pain has some good lines.
Oh, that's cool.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a really good vibe. That's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
The good life. I mean,
yeah, just like wait till I get my money up.
Right. I mean, there's what everybody's thinking about. I want the good life. And,
yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like that. Those last lines. That was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, and that's actually like
now it's not just my grandma called me baby.
yeah.
Other women are calling me.
Yeah, and that's your like introduction to T-Pain, right? Because you didn't really heard much from him.
No, I know his name obviously for years,
exactly.
but I couldn't name a song or anything he's been on, or But I know he's popular. I mean, I know he's been on for years. But
yeah, he was like the main guy who made auto-tune like popular.
Oh,
like,
really?
that was his whole, because you can hear it here. Like that's how he sings. That's how he does all of his stuff. Well, not all, but most of his stuff is like it's auto-tune, and he made that popular. And then especially at the time, he was massive. He was like featured on. I think I remember seeing a video. I'm not sure. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but when this came out, and then there was like the Grammys the year that after when it came out, T-Pain was a feature on literally every single nominated song for best rap song.
Oh really?
It was like our best rap duo or something.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And he was that popular and that like featured at the time that he was literally on every nomination.
Oh wow.
It was like absurd.
Wow. Damn. Okay.
But yeah, he's pretty well loved because he brought the auto-tune sound, which is so popular. And then also it's like a lot of people would assume like, oh, he brought auto-tune, he must suck at singing. But then if you ever hear him sing, it's like, no, he's actually really good.
Oh well, I mean, really the first hit, with auto-tune actually was Cher, who was a very famous singer for decades, and then she was the first one, and she's like, so yeah, you don't have to be a bad singer necessarily to use it. It's just these days a lot of people really aren't very good, and they do. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
because he would use it and as a tool, and it sounds cool with the production versus other people who end up just like it's.
Yeah. No, his stuff sounded pretty cool.
But yeah, a lot of fun lines in here. And cool production.
Yeah, no, that was a fun song. Yeah,
agreed. And
that's like I'm sure that had a lot of
pretty popular.
Oh, not as many as the
Not quite as many. The next one is about 1 billion. This one keeps it going. Great vibes.
Okay, yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, very cool.
Here we go.
La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
Oh, you played this one.
I had a dream I could find my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace.
I love that line.
So God, I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless. To whom much is given, much is tested. Bought more jewelry, more Louis V. My mama couldn't get through to me. The drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I ain't one of the Cosbys, I ain't go to Hill, man. I guess the money should've changed them. Wait till I get my money right.
Yeah, that part's great.
You can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. But homie, this is my day. Class started 2 hours ago. Oh, am I late? No, I already graduated. And you can live through anything if magic made it. They say I talk with so much emphasis. Ooh, they so sensitive. Don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you gon' end up apologizing. And you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Let the champagne splash, let that man get cash, let that man get past. So when he buried in a tomb full of gold, treasure, what's your pleasure? Life is depending how you dress her. So if the devil wear Prada, Adam, Eve wear nada, I'm in between but way more fresher, with way less effort. Cause when you try hard, that's when you die hard. Excuse me, was you saying
it is like
something?
The ultimate song of like,
you can't tell me nothing.
wait till I get my money, like it's perfect.
You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Wait till I get my money right. Then you can't tell me nothing, right?
Yeah, I don't know who that is too.
Yeah, because her voice is really cool, and that's really catchy too. Just that.
It is so catchy.
It just grabs you. And it's just,
yeah, it's great.
So perfect for the song. And just, no, that was a really cool song. I like that. I know you played it for me like 2 years ago, and that's why I immediately remembered it. Was like, that's crazy, oh yeah, this was a cool song. I do remember that one.
Okay. I remember you liked it when I played it.
Yeah.
It is like, in my opinion, probably like top 3 songs of all time for this type of vibe.
Oh really?
Like, wow. Like if I'm going for, maybe I'm heading to Vegas. You know, there's something where I'm like, I'm trying to feel good for the night. I can't pick damn near any of it. Like, this is just the ultimate. Like, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. I liked it a lot. And some good lines.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of funny lines I like in there.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, that is kind of the ultimate thing. I mean, just wait till I get my money, and then you can't tell me nothing.
Nothing. Right? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he even said in an interview, I'm pretty sure I saw, maybe it was Sway, but he said he designed, well, not necessarily designed, but like he wrote the way that it says like la, 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 la. He wrote it, and he said, he was asked in the interview, like, what does that sound like to you? It's like a slave hand, because you work and you doing everything to get your money. And he's like, basically, he's like, you doing it, when you sing along with something like that, it just makes you feel like you can do it, like there's something in you. Which is how he made it to be. So he did.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it's like that. He said it was like, it's designed along with a lot of stuff on the album, but specifically this song, stuff like that was like made so that it's like the people sing together and like the working class, like, oh, wait till I get my money, like that type of stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm all right. I can see that. Yeah, that can be. Yeah, I mean, working together, it's empowering.
Exactly. Yeah.
So okay, wow, I wouldn't have
necessarily gotten it.
Yeah, I know exactly, but if that's what he said, yeah, that does make sense, and that's really clever that he thought these things through and pieced it all together.
Yeah. Unless imagine it was like AI and I just spelled bullshit in the comments, just like, what's this guy talking about?
You're gonna get roasted.
So what's this fucking racist white guy talking about? Oh man.
Well, hopefully that's not. Yeah, that'd be bad actually.
It would be, yeah. Oh, this part, yeah. Life is and then he cuts it off. Depending how you dress her, because he's been around with bitch. So it's like that was a clever line.
Yeah,
this part I like a lot. That line deleting into the so if the devil wear Prada, Adam Eve wearing nada. I'm in between, but way more fresher. Love that line. And then the next one just is fun. Y'all homies looking like why God when they reminisce over you, my God.
Yeah,
a lot of great lines in here. I like.
Yeah, really good stuff, and just that's a great vibe, just fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And it's hard not to sing along. Really.
Exactly, it's sort of designed to sing along. Exactly, that one is like I think one of those you could tell on the album, like he pictured a stadium, like playing it in a stadium for something like that.
Crazy. Yeah, really great song. That's fun.
Now we're going on to Barry Bonds. I'm not going to say much about it. You can see the numbers and assume for yourself.
Barry Bonds, wasn't he like a famous?
I don't know actually. Now that you bring it up, that does sound familiar, but I don't remember.
Baseball player, wasn't he? I'm not sure.
It does sound sort of right. He might mention it in the song. It's been a little while since I've heard the song.
I'm completely blanking, but that sounds like it. Anyway, okay.
Featuring Lil Wayne though.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
It's what y'all all been waiting for, ain't it? What people pay paper for, game it. They can't stain it, they want something new. So let's get reacquainted. Became the hood favorite, I can't even explain it. I surprised myself too. And here's another hit, Barry Bonds. We outta here, baby. We outta here, baby. We outta here, baby. Dude. Fresh off the plane, Konichiwa, bitches turn around another plane. My passport on pivot, asked for it, I did it. That asshole done did it. But I'm doing pretty good as far as geniuses go, and I'm doing pretty hood in my pink polo. Nigga, please, how you gonna say I ain't no low head? Cause my Dior got me mow my dough head. I'm insulted, you should go ahead and bow so hard till your knees hit your forehead. Life of a dawn, lights keep glowing, coming in the club with that fresh shit on, with something crazy on my arm. And here's another hit, Barry Bonds.
Yeah, we out of here, baby. Well, we out of here, baby. Hey, Mr. West, we so out of here, baby. I'm all about my Franklins, Lincolns, and Reagans. Whenever they make them, I shall hate them. Oops, I meant have them. I'm so crazy, but if you play crazy, you be sleeping with daisies. I'm such a havoc, oops, I meant havoc. And my drink still pinker than the Easter rabbit. And I'm still cool like Keisha's family.
We outta here, baby. We outta here, baby. We outta here, baby.
Swag out 100 and climbing, baby. Yeah, life of a dawn, lights keep glowing. Coming in the club with that fresh shit on, with something crazy on my arm.
What'd you think, Dad?
I mean, interesting. That's not my favorite I've heard so far. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, it ain't the people's favorite. It got 86 million streams.
Oh, compared to everything else?
Compared to hundreds of millions and billions.
Yeah. You know, I don't know that much about Lil Wayne. I mean,
I played some stuff for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some stuff, some features basically, and I think you played a couple songs of his, and and I liked some of it. These particular lines, I don't know, didn't do much for me as far as the way he was doing them.
I gotta agree. As some of you, I'm not like the biggest Lil Wayne fan, but as a normal hip hop fan, I'm a fan of Lil Wayne. Got a lot of great stuff, and that verse is just not really that good, in my opinion. Is one of the things I always had a problem with, because I haven't heard the song in a little while because I don't care for it. And since I'm revisiting it, I forgot that he did the like, oops, I meant.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with that, but he did twice in a row, like back to back, and I was like, you just did the exact same thing. Along with some of the way he's rapping, I just don't care for it. I'm sure some people like it, and that's cool. I do like the production on the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and Kanye's was like, it's fine. It just wasn't amazing or terrible. It was just there. But yeah, I think most people agree. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't hate it or nothing. I just
yeah, it's like, it's not terrible. It's just,
I don't know, it's
especially
fine.
you know, especially after Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, all right, it's fine. But yeah, not my favorite, or maybe my least favorite on it so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of these, you know, like I said, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. It's just, didn't do much for me.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not alone in that. And next we got Drunken Hot Girls. I will let you know, just to let you know, these two, which is unfortunate, is right in the middle of the album. These are the two that is sort of the general consensus. These two aren't that great.
Yeah, I can see this one has less views than the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, less listens than the last one. So, all right. Well, let's go with it.
Let me sure that's all right.
Gone through too much bullshit just to mess with these drunken hot girls. These drunk, all of these drunken hot girls. Driving around town looking for the best spot for the drunken hot girls. Up in the club, look at here what we got. Some drunken hot girls.
Kind of reminds me of like an Eminem song, one of his, but
one of the bad ones.
Or no, his was a better version.
Oh, okay. That's it.
I can't remember which one though.
Interesting.
I mean, only vague, but not lyrically, just music.
Please don't fall asleep, baby. We almost back. Please don't throw up in the car. We almost crashed. Oh, now you sober. How'd I know you'd say that? You drunken hot girl. She gon' do too much bullshit just to mess with these drunken hot girls. Love, a dangerous necessity that people seek without regard to where they are. The human heart is curious above all things. Love, the lights are low, your eyes are bright, the music plays its sweet delight. I want you right Don't now. Tell me you sing, you about to get a deal. You drunken hot that's how the fuck you sound.
That's funny. It reminds me also the Eminem thing is when he was singing like, don't, you know, it's kind of like on a rhyme. Whereas like, don't worry, baby, Daddy's gonna buy you a diamond ring. It's like
Mockingbird?
Yeah, Mockingbird. Like, don't worry, Haley, Daddy's gonna take care of you. It had that kind of like
a little bit,
just that little part where it's like, cause there's like music like da 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 da.
I can sort of see that, yeah.
That's the part I kept like hearing. Oh, it's kind of familiar with that to a degree,
except executed a lot worse. So
oh yeah, because the Mockingbird was really cool and based on a
and that's also just a chorus, which
right exactly.
This is like the whole fucking
and there's the whole song. Yeah, it was just a bit repetitive and. I mean, at the end, it kind of got to where he was talking about, like, stuff we had to go through, and like, if you screw up, you could be stuck with this. Yeah, she's a drunk, hot girl or whatever, but
yeah, that's what
you thought you were gonna be with her one night. No, you got her pregnant or whatever. Now you're with her forever, kind of a thing or whatever. So, but it didn't really go. It wasn't that deep.
No, it wasn't hard to get. It's not deep. There's not that many fun lines until the end.
Yeah, the end. Yeah, exactly. The end are the best lines in the whole song.
Most Def's part was cool. That was a different. The only part that was different, if you recognize a different voice, that was Most Def. So
Oh, okay. I know that person's name, but I don't really know it. But
yeah,
I did like that. Yeah, at the end there were some good lines, I thought, and the one where he's just kind of like mocking her, like da 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 da.
Yeah,
that's how you say it.
That part's funny. He needed more of that. He needed to switch it up a little bit. Yeah,
a little more humor, because there's a lot of some of his stuff is very humorous, that he puts in. But other than that, a couple lines. It needed more humor or something to carry it, because it was just...
It just doesn't keep you engaged.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard it in a while, and I was like, obviously I would just go into it thinking like, all right, we'll see if much changed, and I was like, oh, maybe I do like this song, but I was just getting bored during it. Just not the good. And I love Kanye. I mean, I am a Kanye fan. I listen to all his albums. Got like 80 songs added. This is not one of them. Like this, I just don't care for it. It's just not good. I don't know what he was doing. The other one, Barry Bonds, I just like the production. I feel like it was closer to being like it was all right. It's still definitely the weak point on the album, but it's like it's there. This one, I'm like, what made him think like this should be with all these other amazing songs and put it in the middle?
A lot of people think more is more or whatever, but generally
do the Bruno route.
Like just prune those out and just like Bruno's
the
like
Bruno route.
hit just it does seem like he could have dropped out those two songs.
Those two have been amazing,
and everything goes so strong, just boom boom boom, but all right, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we'll get back into the bigger one.
Back into Flashing Lights, which is like tied for Stronger.
Is it?
Like the best, and it's one of his another one like just amazing.
Okay, so you probably played this one for me at some point.
So we'll see if you recognize it.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. This is one like production-wise, everybody's like one of his best.
Yeah, it's already cool.
She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believe in shoes and cars. Wood floors in the new apartment, couture from the store's departments. You more like love to start shit. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the hors d'oeuvres, views of the water, straight from a page of your favorite author. Try to hit you with the old wapty, till I got flashed by the paparazzi. Damn, these niggas got me. I hate these niggas more than a Nazi.
That did not age well, unfortunately. It did not.
But I never thought that you would take it this far. But what do I know? Flashlight.
I know it's been a while, sweetheart. We hardly talk. I was doing my thing. I know what was fair, baby. Hey, babe, lately you been all on my brain. And if somebody would've told me a month ago, frontin' I wouldn't wanna know. You on the other side of the glass of my memories museum. I'm just saying, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without Caesar.
That was one of my favorite lines.
Good line.
I love that one.
But I never thought that you would take it this far. But what do I know? You know I love to show off, but you never thought that I would take it this far. What do you know? Flashing lights. What do you know? Flashing lights. Flashing lights.
Violins are really cool. You get to hear them a lot more in the outro.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a great song, man.
Yeah, the synth is great on that. That's just fun. It gets you going. Like
that. Yeah, that's like one of the songs that like you hear at least for me, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, that's why people love like his production. Like that's why he's a good producer. Is like that's really impressive to come up with.
Oh yeah, no, that was really really cool. It just
it's so fun, and the lyric like this is why it's one of his best. Like the production's great. He has a lot of funny lyrics. Like the whole thing, it's catchy. So it's obviously that's why it's so popular. And that line, I love that. That's still like one of my favorite Kanye lines. Cause like obviously, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without Caesar. Cause like obviously it's like Rome is the city, and then you
right,
Rome.
Caesar's that's nice.
Call himself Caesar. That's all great. But I also love people. I think miss that like phonetically, it's really impressive too. Cause he goes Mona moan, come home, no Rome. 5 words that phonetically are the same within like one sentence is pretty impressive. Yeah. So I was like, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, that was definitely very impressive. I thought the same thing when I saw it. Like, oh, that's cool.
That's a good line. Yeah,
yeah, good play on words, and very, very nice. Yeah, that's a fun song. And, really just get you going right off the bat. The synths are great. Yeah, great production on it. Nice.
There's so much fun.
An orchestra, like violin and viola in the back at the end, and that was nice. I liked it a lot.
And I hate these guys more than Nazis for the paparazzi. That was already that's such a funny line when it was already popular. And then he became anti-Semitism. It's
like, oh well,
apparently not.
So I'm gonna say, so the flashing lights for the paparazzi, right? They're taking pictures of him. I'm assuming that's. Because one part of it was like. Till I get flashed by the paparazzi. Yeah. So I would assume flashing lights would be people are, used to be, Yeah. These days it's all like cell phones and everything else. But back in the day, photographers are out there and there's all these flashing lights going with the paparazzi.
Yeah, it's almost somewhat hard to tell like, specifically what it's about. Like it's called flashing lights, but then another major part, like here, feeling like Katrina with no FEMA, Barton with no Gina, Flight with no Visa, all this is like, he's clearly talking about like I feel like I don't have I don't have the person that makes it whole.
Yeah.
So talking about somebody in specific and talks whole Mona Lisa line. There's a whole lot where he's clearly talking about a girl. I don't know entirely how that has to do with the flashing lights.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a good question because I was thinking well maybe because flashing lights are blinding. So if you're kind of blinded to certain things, you're I didn't see how much you meant to me. Like like you're blinded by certain things in life sometimes. So maybe it has that's an element of it anyway. Hard to really say.
Yeah, I don't know like for sure. I don't think he's like said. Maybe you guys let us know, but I don't think he's ever officially said like how it's supposed to tie in. Because also most people don't even necessarily pay attention to it. It's more like it's just such a fun song.
Right, and it doesn't. A lot of artists. We've discussed in other albums, you doesn't have to necessarily have a specific meaning, or they want to keep it vague, where it can have different meanings and stuff.
For sure, yeah.
Whatever, fun song though.
Yeah, great one. Now we move on to Everything I Am. This is a cool one. It's a little bit different.
Okay.
There we go.
Damn. Here we go again. Common passed on this beat. I made it to a jam. Now everything I'm not made me everything I am. I never be picture perfect Beyonce. Be light as Al, be your black ass Chauncey. Remember him from Black Street, he was black as the street was. I never be laid back as this beat was. I never could see why people will reach a fake ass facade that they couldn't keep up. Let me know if you feel it, man, cause everything I'm not made me everything I am.
That's a great line.
Yeah, that's a great message. That's great.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Everybody saying what's not for him, but everything I'm not made me everything I am. And I'm back to tear it up. Hey, to start your engines, I hear them gearing up. People talk so much shit about me at barbershops. They forget to get their hair cut. Okay, fair enough. The streets is flaying up, cause they want gun talk, or I don't wear enough. Say goodbye to the NAACP award. Goodbye to the NDRE award. They rather give me the nigga please award, but I just take the I got a lot of cheese award. Damn. Here we go again. But everything I'm not made me everything I am. I know people wouldn't usually rap this, but I got the facts to back this. Just last year, Chicago had over 600 caskets. Man, killing some whack shit. Oh, I forgot, except for when niggas is rapping. Do you know what it feel like when people is passing? He got changed over his chains, a block off Ashland. I need to talk to somebody, Pastor. That's enough, Mr. West, please, no more today. Here we go again. Everybody saying what's not for him, but everything I'm not, maybe everything I am. Damn. Here we go again. People talking shit, but when the shit hit the fan, everything I'm not, maybe everything I am.
Yeah, cool production. It was really nice.
Very simple.
Yeah, simple, but really nice.
Very nice change.
Good lyric, yeah, a good change up, and I like the lyrics and the idea of it. I mean, that's that's kind of fit him too, like, right? I mean,
that fits him super well. Yeah,
everything I'm not, maybe everything I am. Yeah. I mean, and for him, like, nobody's ever going to accuse him of being humble or I mean,
exactly.
Like a lot of things like that, but. Yeah, but confidence and things like that. Like, exactly. He's saying, I'm a genius. Like, but he's got this confidence and stuff. So, yeah, he's not humble. He's confident. He's coming on full strong, and but that's what made him who he is. That's what made
a lot of people love him. Yeah, it's like, okay, you might disagree with what he says, but he's going to say what he believes. Yeah. Other people, you don't know what they believe. So I like how he starts it. I'll never be picture perfect Beyonce, never be light as Albie, black. I'm not going to be light skinned.
Yeah.
I don't quite fit in there, and then never be as laid back as this, but just saying, like, that's why people love me, because I don't need to have a fake facade.
Yeah.
Which I've always respected. I thought that was always great.
Yeah. I mean, for that part, I mean...
especially at this point in time, Mm-hmm. Later, you stop.
Well, yeah, true, but I mean, yeah, especially back then, it was like, love him or hate him, it was like, but you knew who he was.
You knew who he was, and you knew where he stood.
Yeah, so a lot of times people thought he's a total jerk, and and he was at times.
Yeah, I'm sure at times he was.
But like he said, as far as being like musically and stuff, he's like, but somewhere in there he said something about but I'm a genius or something like that. And
yeah,
like,
I mean he says a few other songs, but yeah,
he says that in various places. But it's like, all right, but he also says, but I back that shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like, okay. He's right,
It really does. Yeah. 5 songs with 1 billion streams, like, it's pretty big.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that line. People talk so much shit about me in barbershops, they forget to get the haircut. That is pretty funny. Man.
That is a funny line. Yeah. It's really good stuff in there. I like that the award that he got. Like,
yeah. The Man Please Award. I got the Lot of Cheese Award. Yeah.
So yeah, some really good lines and a cool vibe, and a good message overall of kind of like be true to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very applicable. Everybody should.
Yeah.
Because there'll be qualities you look at other people like, oh, I'm not like that. I don't have that quality. But it's like you shouldn't try and change. You should just be good with what you got.
Be you, yeah. Because everything those things may not matter. Yeah. You want to be unique.
Yeah.
Anyway, you don't want to be like other people.
Like he knows. That's why he says like, oh, he spaz out at a show. It's like he knows that that's like a bad quality of his.
Yeah.
Just doesn't care.
So yeah, interesting.
Next we got The Glory.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Gonna take you to the glory. I can't stand it, no. Yeah. Now we're the south side. Now we're the west side. Yeah. Can I talk my shit again? Even if I don't hit again? Dog, are you fucking kidding? My hat, my shoes, my coat, Louis Vuitton stitch. With Donatella Versace, that's Louis Vuitton, bitch. Hey, please don't starve me. I'm like Nas Barkley, me Charles Barkley. I'm Pop the Barkers, I'm Hood the Parkers. While y'all was in limbo, I raised the bar up. I touched on everything. Married to the game, rock the chain, set a wedding ring. Y'all bridesmaids catch the garter. I'm on a world tour with Common, my man. After each and every show, a couple dykes in the band. It's easy, the hood love to listen to Jeezy and Weezy. And oh yeah, Yeezy, I did it for the glory. The glory. What I'm supposed to do now, man, the game all messed up. How I'm supposed to stand out when everybody get dressed up? So yeah, at the Grammys I went Ultra Travolta. Yeah, that tuxedo might have been a little Guido, but with my ego, I can stand there in a Speedo and be looked at like a fucking hero. The glory, the story, the chain, the polo, the night, the grind, the empty bottles of no-dos. Why I gotta ask what that $2 cost? House in the hill, $2 from Tracy Ross. And I'm asking about her girlfriends, yeah, the dark-skinned one. She asking about the speedboats, I admit we rented them. When you meet me in person, what do you feel like? I know, I look better in real life. I hear people compare themselves to Big a lot. You know, Big and Pop, you know they get it hot. And I'ma stop killing these niggas soon as the chorus hit. Yeah, I'ma stop killing these niggas soon as the chorus hit. These haters be killing theyself, they wanna come and get the glory. The glory. Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think of the sample on that one?
Oh, that was fine. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, I really like it. That's my favorite of the recurring samples.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I know they do say it over and over like that, but I didn't have a problem with that one at all for whatever reason.
I mean, it's just like fun and with the drums and everything.
Yeah. If I hadn't been seeing the lyrics, I wouldn't have known that it was "Can't Study War."
Can't study war. Yeah,
I would have thought it was like "I Can't Stand It No More." Is what it kind of sounded like. I can't stand it no more. But so yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that I can't study war, but it's nice that I could read it and think, oh, okay, that's interesting, a thing to be repeating over and over. So I wasn't sure if that was like, how, especially many years back, where rappers would often, especially East Coast, West Coast, would be fighting, like, so was it that kind of a war? I wasn't totally sure. Because then you get in like the glory, which is
yeah, exactly.
You made it or whatever, but
yeah, I mean he's only had 2 albums by the time he's written this, so he's still in the perspective of he believes he's great, but he doesn't actually believe he's viewed as great yet. He still wants to make sure he's solidified as great by this point, which is why he's like, I just want to be remembered as any of the bigs, Big L, Big Pun, Biggie. When these days people are like, you wouldn't compare him to Big L or Big Pun because he'd be like, that's just too big of a difference between those two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah, interesting. And also, I wasn't sure if when this album came out, so I didn't know how had Biggie died already? I didn't know where it was.
No, Biggie died in. I might be wrong, but I believe it was '96. I know it was the '90s, and I think it was '96.
And then he mentions Tupac and others. I was like, okay, so I'm assuming they had already passed.
Kanye's whole career, like college dropout, was 2004.
Oh, so everything is basically 2000.
Everything, is later.
Okay,
it's after.
Okay, so it's definitely after.
Basically, like Biggie's already like a dead legend by the time Kanye even starts.
Right. Okay. Interesting. All right. It was a cool song. It was fun. Some good lines, and I don't know. I didn't totally get all the meaning of it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was wanting this part. If you recognize, let me put the audio back on. Make sure we got that.
I'm on a world tour with Common.
Yeah, I'm on a world tour with Common, man. But that's actually a reference to A Tribe Called Quest. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I've heard of them
older rap group.
Yeah, like for 30 years I've heard them. I don't really know their music. Yeah. I've always heard their name. Yes.
They have a song. I think it's called Around the World, or what? I forgot. I used to know it, but I recognize it because I actually didn't recognize it till now because I don't listen to it too much. But the flow on their song is like, I'm on a world tour with Muhammad, my man, go on each and every show, like this type of thing, and he did that flow.
Oh, really?
He had a different flow, and then he did it here.
On a war tour with Colin, my man. After each and every show, a couple dykes in the band.
So I don't know if it was on purpose, but I'd imagine a lot of the same lyrics and the same flow. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
A Tribe Called Quest thing there.
Oh, no, I did not get that reference. I got the reference to Common.
Yeah,
I've heard his name. I don't really know his stuff either, but I at least know his name. So
Exactly.
Okay.
But I wouldn't really expect you to get that one's sort of a deep cut.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard great things about Tribe Called Quest. I know, they've inspired other people.
Yeah, because they're so early.
But I don't really know their stuff. So anyway, cool.
Now we'll move on to Homecoming, another really big one. Here we go. Oh, with Chris Martin, by the way.
Did not expect that.
I know, right?
From Coldplay?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
It's a really cool one.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
And you say Shy City? Shy City? Shy City?
I'm coming home again, 'cause I'm coming home again.
I met this girl when I was 3 years old, and what I love most, she had so much soul. She said, excuse me, little homie, I know you don't know me, but my name is Wendy, and I like to blow trees, and from that point, I never blow her off. Niggas come from out of town, I like to show her off. She never messed with entertainers, 'cause they always leave. She said it felt like they walked and drove on me. Knew I was gang affiliated, got on TV and told on me. I guess that's why last winter she got so cold on me. She said, yeah, keep making that platinum and gold for me.
Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Oh, now I'm coming home again. Maybe we could start again.
But if you really cared for her, then you wouldn't have never hit the airport to follow your dreams. Sometimes I still talk to her, but when I talk to her, it always seems like she talking about me. She said you left your kids, and they just like you. They wanna rap and make soul beats just like you. I guess that's why I'm here and I can't come back home. And guess when I heard that? When I was back home. Every interview I'm representing you, making you proud. Reach for the stars, so if you fall, you land on a cloud. Jump in the crowd, spark your lighters, wave them around. If you don't know by now, I'm talking about Chi-Town.
Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. Me and home again. Maybe we could start again. Maybe we could start again.
Oh, that's cool. Chris Martin's voice worked well there. Like, it's a cool feature. It blended nicely. Yeah, very cool. I mean, initially I was thinking it was, about a girl or whatever, but then you realize, he literally spells it out later, like.
Yeah, if you don't know by now.
Okay, I'm talking about Chicago.
Chicago. Which is really cool, because then
Yeah.
Once you do go back and listen to it, or go back and look at the lyrics, and you look back and you're like, oh, that's what he's saying here instead of a girl.
Yeah, yeah. Because early on, we was like, I met this girl when I was 3 years old. I was like, okay, you do not remember a girl. You were 3 years old. And then as it goes, my name is Windy. Okay, because it's the Windy City. So they say, oh, okay.
And then people come from out of town, like to show her off. They act tough, and like Chicago's known to be tough. So it's like you're not tough if you can't make it there, and all that. So, and then because it's called Homecoming, so he sort of feels like he left Chicago and should have done more to represent. Even though he mentions like, I'm representing you every time I'm in interviews, but that's why last winter she got so cold on me. He said he's not doing enough.
I mean, it's funny because it was good how we put the two together.
It is really
so
cool.
that it's plays on different meanings, like because when I grew up, she told me I had to go downtown. I was like, okay, that's a very sexual reference.
Oh, that would be crazy.
but it also works on on different levels. So it's clever how he wrote it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a I forgot what I was gonna say right there. Like I just faded out of existence.
Drugs just kicking in? Is that
man,
I did not know that. Okay.
It's a really cool duo with Chris Martin, I think, as well.
Yeah, I thought it really, it mixed really well. His voice went great there. It sounded nice, and it was cool. It was a good vibe, and it's just kind of a fun song, and and interesting. Yeah, when he finally spelled it out, then I was like, oh,
yeah, it's a pretty good storytelling from him.
And then you go back, oh yeah, these little lines that he said like make sense in a completely different way.
Yeah, so pretty well written on that one.
Oh, very cool.
And next, we'll move on to Big Brother.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Stadium status. My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. It's the hard knock life tour, sellout. Picture us in the mall, copping iceberg and yell out jigger. Yeah, that's what we'll yell out, yell out. You know the name, do I gotta spell out or tell about J-A-Y? And Ye so shy that he won't even step to his idol to say hi. Standing there like a mime and let the chance pass by. Back of my mind, he could change your life, but he got me out my mama crib. Then he helped me get my mama a crib. Big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. Who was hip-hop brother, who was no ID friend, no ID my mentor. Now let the story begin. Big fresh off the plane, I'm off the baseline. Nothing handed out, I'm about to take mine. Round the same time of that blueprint one. And these beats in my pocket was that blueprint form. I play my little songs in that old back room. He'll bob his head and say, damn, oh that's you. But by the Black Album, I was blacking out. Party at SOBs and we had packed the crowd. Carlene told me I could buy 2 tickets. I guess Big Brother was thinking a little different and kept little brother at bay at a distance. But everything that I felt was more bogus, only made me more focused, only wrote more potent. Only thing I wanna know is why I get looked over. I guess I understand when I get more older. My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. Who was hip-hop brother, who was no ID friend, no ID my mentor. Now let the story begin. Let the story begin. If you feel the way I feel, why won't you wave your hands? The other side of the peephole. Then I drop Jesus Walks, now I'm on the steep pole. And we know New Jack City gotta keep my brother. But to be number one, I'ma beat my brother. On that Diamonds remix, I swore I spazzed. Then my big brother came through and kicked my ass. Sibling rivalry, only I could see. It was the pride in me that was driving me. I guess Beanie style was more of a slam dunk, and my shit was more like a finger roll. But I had them singles though, and them hoes at the show going mingle, yo. Hey, y'all know I told Jay I did a song with Coldplay. Next thing I know, he got a song with Coldplay. Back in my mind, I'm like, damn, no way. Translate Espanol, no way, Jose. My big brother was Big's brother. So here's a few words from your kid, brother. If you admire somebody, you should go ahead, tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them. An idol in my eyes, God of the game, heart of the city, Rockefeller chain. Never be the same, never be another. Number one young hope, also my big brother. My don't kill this shit.
Well, obviously it's all about Jay-Z. I got that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not hard of it.
Pretty nice. That's a whole song. Man.
Although, I mean, first, more than half of it is just like praising him. Like, holy crap! Like he is like,
Yeah, I mean, he loves him. Man.
So many great, wonderful things about him, and clearly gave him a start and all that kind of stuff. But then about 2/3 in, though, it seemed like he was saying that I don't know, something went wrong or whatever. Like Jay-Z's playing Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, he's talking about a few
he wasn't
different
invited.
things.
You could have tickets to attend, but you can't like be on the stage with them or something. So like something went off a little bit at some point.
Yeah,
and he wasn't feeling it, and he was upset with him about something, and then I guess upset that he also, he was Coldplay, and then Jay-Z used Coldplay. Yeah, so
exactly.
I got annoyed with him, and then apparently talked shit about him, and then I got back to him, I guess. So yeah, also but then it seemed like it came back around, like he.
Exactly. Yeah, it's more like, Kanye is on this song sort of talking about the highs and lows of the relationship, but also explaining how like in these moments where he saw it as negative, he didn't talk to Jay-Z. That's why he said like I should have talked to him to see what he was thinking, because for all we know, like maybe like Jay-Z might just be working different. I know that I'm sure there's rappers who are just like, I don't hand out tickets to every show because then everybody expects me to give tickets, or at least maybe if you ask first, then I'll give it. It's like we don't know what Jay-Z's thinking. It's not like it's out of malicious intent, and I think Kanye knows that, and he's just like, well, I should have talked to him and figured things out instead of assuming it was malicious and then building up resentment.
Right, yeah, and especially if you hear things secondhand, you're like, what? But yeah, you don't really know what.
So that's why I think throughout it, he's like interpreting all these different things. Like, oh, he does a song with Coldplay. I was like, oh, like he's trying to one up me. When it's like he didn't talk to him. Maybe he was just like, maybe Jay-Z's like, oh, it's really cool that we both have a song. You never know. So I think that's what he realizes. He talks about all of it, and he's like, I should have just talked to him. And then that really cool last few lines, like, you got to give people their flowers while they're still alive.
Yeah.
That whole part's really good.
No, it's really cool. And, and also just talking about, like sibling rivalry, so to speak. Like at some point, it's like, you look up to him. He's your big brother, but at some point, you want to beat your brher. Like, you want you want it too.
Which he does say, right? He's like, to be number one, I got to beat my brother.
Yeah, he flat out says that, So, but yeah, I mean, wow, overall, to be number one, I'm going to beat my brother. Like, it's just, so, got to do what you got to do. But other than that, like, certainly, wow, like, really praising him.
Yeah, like, that's where he
knows that's where he got his start. And it's funny because at one point, he's even at the beginning, he was saying, like, I was, it's him. And, like, I was shy. Like, Kanye West was ever shy? Like,
I mean, you can imagine,
But I mean, I can see like if you're a nobody at that time,
and Jay-Z's already and
he's
Jay-Z.
Yeah, he's this. Yeah, I can see anybody's gonna be like
that's crazy. Yeah, especially to play music for him. Like, hey, what do you think of my rap? It's like that's crazy.
So wow.
Yeah, it's also really cool and being like, he got me out my mama's house and helped me get my mama a house. I was curious on this part because he repeats it for the chorus. My big brother was Big's brother. Did you know that like Jay-Z is Biggie's protege?
No, I thought, or maybe just I thought that the protege I thought Biggie was a protege of
Diddy?
Of Diddy because Diddy always kind of talked like that, so to speak.
No, he was.
And when Biggie died, I know that Diddy put out that song where he stole the Sting, the song from the Police, and and dedicated to him. So I just like, so I always thought he was.
No, that part's right.
Okay,
Biggie is Diddy's protege, so to speak. Not really protege because like Diddy didn't rap that much, and it was more like he managed him.
Right, but
it came from Diddy, and Jay-Z came from Biggie.
Oh,
Biggie was like his mentor, helping him rap and stuff. Oh, like he did songs. Okay. Yeah, like his first album, Reasonable Doubt. Like he was working with Biggie on it, and that's like his first album. And Biggie's already Biggie.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like, that's like a major flex, and it's like it's like my big brother is Big's brother. So that's a cool play on it.
I see. Yeah, because I was thinking he was saying like he was Big E's like big brother, like, but no, it was the other way. Big E was actually
basically the big brother to Jay-Z.
Yeah, I didn't.
Which,
okay.
Which obviously adds to it of being like, I think at the time Jay-Z would have been the top dog for Kanye, especially when he's nobody and he's like, all right, I'm gonna try and impress Jay-Z, who's already Jay-Z, but is also like taught by Biggie, who's like a dead legend. He's like, all right, that's incredible to have that guy as your mentor.
Yeah. So wow. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice song about just love Jay-Z.
And there's so many things that, like, even though I don't know that much about Jay-Z, other people, I've heard of him for so many years, and I've heard some of the, a few hits.
And you've heard him feature on his songs.
But I mean, so many things like, little references. Like I knew like that the title of the tour that he mentioned.
Oh yeah,
the Hard Knocks tour.
Hard Knocks tour. Yeah.
On the Blueprint, I know that was like his major album. Like, I've heard those things that are just like you just know like, oh, that's Jay-Z.
Hove.
You hear of it, Hove, yeah. We're just like, even I don't know hardly anything about Jay-Z other than he's married to and the Black Album. All these things are like, oh, that's Jay-Z.
Exactly. He's just so famous.
So like so many things that just really stood out. So anyway, I mean, interesting writing and really paying tribute and being honest about what where things went wrong and taking responsibility for his part of it. It's cool.
Exactly.
So yeah, very cool.
Now we move on to Good Night, the last song. That's why it's called Good Night.
So we started with Good Morning and we ended with Good Night?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Pretty cool. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anymore, who is knocking at my door. All the faces that I know, jam at them so sunny and I don't wanna say goodbye to you, so I'll just say goodnight to you.
Right now, I can see it so vivid, like it was just yesterday, like I could relive it. Me and my grandparents on a field trip, and I'm the little kid trying to touch the exhibits, but it'll fade before I get a hold of that. Man, I wish I could stop time like a photograph. Every joke that they told, I know to laugh. Man, I wouldn't let a moment pass. It's sort of fly, you get a chance to say hi to people you never got a chance to say bye to. Maybe you could pull them up out of your dreams into real life if you try to. So close, but so far, and so far, no cigar. We can't dwell on the past, all we got is today, so I'ma live like it's no tomorrow, no goodbye.
To you, if I part my art will live through you. Dream beautiful and unusual. Wake up like every day new to you. Stay true to you. A hood musical, my art will live through you. Dream beautiful and unusual.
To you, so I'll just say goodnight to you. My people, no goodbyes to you. I'm just gonna say goodnight. I'm not sure anymore, who is knocking at my door. All the faces that I know, jam make them so sunny and true.
But yeah, there we go.
All right. No, well that was a fun little song at the end.
And similarly to how like Good Morning is, where like it's a much more chill and simple song. It's not trying to be anything crazy.
Yeah, I think I like Good Morning a little bit more because it just kind of pulled you in. That like the feature, the singing in it. But yeah, it was fun. I certainly like the idea of like I don't want to say goodbye. I'm just gonna say good night.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
It ends on a very peaceful note, sort of.
Yeah. So no, it's pretty solid. Yeah, and I mean, as we said, like a couple of middle songs, I thought you could have just dropped those, and it would have been even, like
very
just
solid,
12, way more solid. But hey, whatever. I'm sure maybe some people like those, but and like I said, I didn't hate them. They're just they weren't as good as some of the others, but a lot of great songs on there. I mean, so many fun ones.
This is what made him. I mean, first two he was big, and then this drops, and he's massive after that. So. And then we'll get to the next albums where he changes his style again. But
okay, well that was nice to wrap up the trilogy, and I can see where you got more to the the stadium level and stuff. The anthems and things like Stronger and Can't Tell Me Nothing. Like those are just so fun. Probably Stronger I think was my favorite that I heard on first listen anyway for the whole album.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I mean that was so fun.
It is. It's really fun. It's a great song.
But I did really like Can't Tell Me Nothing and Flashing Lights, and there's some really good stuff on there. He is a clever lyricist,
he's got a lot of personality,
and musical production, and his personality shines through in a positive way, in the sense of he is who he is, and he says it and he's proud of it.
And, very much so.
Whatever, but as he also said that he backs things up, in the sense of like, he said, I'm a genius, but then he backs it up with like, no, some pretty cool music stuff,
pretty
and some clever
impressive
lyrics,
stuff, man.
and,
Yeah.
And I don't know how much he produced. I know he is a producer, but certainly really cool stuff. The ad libs, the music, little things that just pop in for seeming like no reason, or whatever, or putting in like a violin on something.
Yeah, a lot of orchestral pieces.
Yeah, it's just and blending it with like Chris Martin's voice and all that, and the various features and samples. Pretty solid. Other than that one.
Couple songs.
The one looping sample that I could have done without, but
yeah.
But I could see why other people would like it. So, but no, it's a great stuff. I mean, I'm glad we wrapped up the trilogy too, and that's cool because really clever how he put all the 3 albums together. There's a
school element in there.
Yeah,
and it actually really fits too. It's like Graduation is like, oh, I'm done, and it's like the most happy and most upbeat album of the 3.
Which it makes sense. That's how you
feel. Exactly. And like the cover, I don't know if you've actually really seen the cover, but it's like the iconic bear, which is in all 3.
Yeah,
like
in various ways.
Jumping off like sort of into space, and it's just like a super fun vibe.
That's fun. That's cool. That's cool. Cool album cover. Yeah. No, good stuff. I'm looking forward to. It was nice to do the whole trilogy, and now it's looking forward to some other albums of his.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is coming up. That's his magnum opus.
I know that's what everybody always says. Like that's the magnum opus, and I know you played
3 songs off of it.
Yeah, and I do remember. I can't remember which ones, but I do remember there was one that I absolutely loved. Runaway.
It's Runaway for sure.
I loved that one,
and that is arguably his best song of all time. It's just like.
Was so
9 minutes. It's incredible.
Oh, I didn't remember that, but anyway, I'd love to hear that whole album because I mean, the stuff I heard, I did like.
Because this album, by the way, is like oftentimes said to be like this is his number 2. Like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and this one's like number 2. And I would honestly agree. I think also the more you listen to it, like as you can see, I have a lot of the songs added. I think it's really good. There's a lot of great stuff, and it's also like this whole album. It really fits how a lot of people view Kanye and why they listen to Kanye. Is like if you listen to him, you're a fan of yourself because you can't not listen to him and not like yourself. So I would agree that this is a strong number 2, but I am excited for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy because I still think that one, in my opinion, I still think it blows this album out the water.
Oh really? Wow. Okay, looking forward to it. A lot of
people would argue this one's better. I would say they're crazy.
Well, I mean, I remember when we did the last album, and a couple of comments were saying, "Late Registration, my favorite album of all time." My favorite
Those people
Kanye
are crazy.
album.
Those people are pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit of a crazy take.
I mean, for me, just of the 3 albums I've
least
heard,
of the 3.
Of the 3, I liked it.
I agree,
but I thought I liked this one and
College Dropout
and College Dropout more than Late Registration. But yeah, everybody's
exactly. It's cool. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I do agree. I think Graduation is like a huge step for him, and then you get to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, well, looking forward to when we get around to that one. So yeah, very cool. Well, good stuff.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Let us know in the comments what you thought about the album and our video, and if you have any extra information you want to share about Kanye or something. And let us know how you liked the video, and leave a like. That'll help out us with the algorithm.
It really would. Yes, we would appreciate that. And subscribe if you feel so inclined. But yeah, we would appreciate that, and we appreciate you for watching. Thanks so much.
See you later.
Take care. Bye bye.